Welcome to another episode of Coffee with the County. Today I am back with Liz Short, who's in again. Thank you for being a repeat offender, Liz.
Thank you for having me be a repeat offender. That's something you don't get to say very often.
No, in the best of terms of repeat offenders, so we love that. But Liz, as we talked prior to this, we had a conversation on the opioid settlement and crisis and things like that, which was a great conversation, and that one will air shortly. Everyone will be able to hear that. And then when we talked that time, we wanted to bring you back in and let's talk WIC. Women, Infant, and Children. Is that correct?
Yes, yet another county acronym of which we have many.
I'm learning so much.
Yes.
I'm learning so much. So tell me about you're the supervisor, I take it, or the leader
coordinator.
of the WIC
Yep.
coordinator?
So the other half of my role, besides working on the opioid settlement funds, is I'm the Aiken County WIC coordinator. And WIC is actually a federal program. I refer to it as a county acronym, but it originally started back in the 70s as a federal program to improve the health of pregnant, postpartum women, infants, and then children up to age 5.
Okay.
And we actually started it in Minnesota in 1974, so it's been around a long time.
Yeah, I can remember when my children were little, we were participating in that program over in a different county.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, especially for first-time parents, it
yep.
seemed to be, it's there for answers, it's there for help, it's there for things like that really, those are not experiencing, they've never experienced it before, so here they are learning as they go, kind of thing.
It is, and we try to be, kind of holistic in our approach at WIC appointments and offer referrals outside of WIC and resources that people aren't even aware of that exist. So you're absolutely right, and WIC has changed a lot probably since your family used it. It is an income-based program, so there are some eligibility requirements, but there's also some automatic enrollment in WIC. Like if you're part of SNAP, you qualify. If you have anybody in the household who's on reduced or free school lunches, you qualify. Medicaid qualifies. And the income qualifications are pretty high. So I really encourage people to contact our office if they would like to see if they qualify for WIC, because quite a few people do that don't realize it.
Yeah, it was great to be in and experience when we were in that 100 or so years ago. But.
Sure. And it's some of the changes, I'm glad you brought that up, because it has, with everything, WIC's changed, the needs of our new moms and families have changed. And by the way, I like to throw in there, we welcome dads to the WIC program too. We love it when dads come into WIC appointments. They don't qualify for benefits, but it's still really great if they can come in. And lots of times our families do work, so mom might be working, so dad brings a little one into an appointment and vice versa. So some of the things that have changed are we've now eliminated all the paper checks that we used to use in WIC. Some people remember you had to go into the store with these paper checks and buy exactly what was on there. That's all gone now. We've stepped into the new age and we have EBT cards. So when you check out at the grocery store, you can mix all your groceries together, and then you just pay with your WIC card first and then your other form of payment. So we make it really seamless, hopefully, at the store.
Keeping up with the technology times, right?
We are, and I give the state of Minnesota a lot of credit. We kind of are on the forefront with a lot of things, including we have an app that participants can download now, and on that app there's a food finder so they can scan barcodes, and it'll pop up and tell them, hey, yeah, this is a WIC approved food and it's in your benefits, or it's not WIC approved, or it might be an approved food, but maybe the other parent went out and bought eggs and didn't tell mom, so it might say, yeah, it's approved, but you don't have them on your benefits this month. So
understood, yeah.
Yeah, and in real time they can look and see what they have and access nutrition education. And the other part of our program that's pretty significant is our peer breastfeeding support. So WIC, as I said, is a nutrition-focused program, and along with that we support parents and mothers that choose to breastfeed their kids or their little ones through what we call a peer program. So one of not all counties in Aiken or in Minnesota have a peer program, but we have a peer, her name is Sally, who's a mom just like a WIC mom, who our participants can text Friday night, they're 10 o'clock, they're a little frustrated maybe with breastfeeding, why am I doing this? They can text Sally and say, hey, is this normal? Or I'm really having a difficult time. text her on the weekends. So it's
That's
a really,
outstanding.
yeah, it's a different kind of communication than talking, in an office setting to a nurse or maybe even a relative. So it's really nice for our moms to have that extra level of support to, if they choose to breastfeed.
Yeah, some people that are there that have been through it or going through it at the same time, or have been through it already with the experience, and that just seems like those are amazing programs that I hope everyone that's listening is aware of, or if not, please, like Liz said, check it out on the website. Your HHS website through our county. We talked about that before, and is that all on that same website where they could find the WIC information?
They can access it on the county website. They can easily just call the front office, the general 218-927-7200 number. Just say, hey, I'd like to talk to WIC. They'll send you up to our WIC office, talk to Shelley, who's fantastic, and we'll qualify you right over the phone. Or you can go on the WIC website, file electronically an application. We'll call you and get you scheduled. We try to have really flexible appointments, and we have remote clinics also in McGregor. So we pack up all our stuff and go to McGregor. We go to Malmo once a month. We go to Hill City once a month. So we really try to meet our participants literally where they're at. Because Aiken's that's a long drive for families, especially this time of year with a little one. So we try to make it very participant-centered when we can.
That's awesome. So new parents, you're listening to that, check it out. Go onto the site and they'll answer any questions, call directly. Whatever it is, just reach out. And Liz, what else do you have to talk about today on WIC? Anything specific?
I think just a few highlights that have changed is WIC does offer some pretty robust packages now. And during COVID, they funded our fresh fruits and vegetables. They upped that amount, so moms can get up to $52 a month in fresh and frozen vegetables. Children get $26 now. So between eggs, milk, cheese, whole grains, it's really a nice supplemental package to a family's budget. That our hope is, if we can provide you maybe $50 to $100 worth of supplemental nutrition, that the families can use those dollars towards some other important things like healthcare or heating or things like that. So
take the nutritional essentials and be able to take advantage of that opportunity and
absolutely, and that's what it's for. Yeah. So
how about, you mentioned postpartum. Can you explain that a little bit? Some things that
sure,
maybe in the WIC program.
Yeah. So we ideally, moms may come to us when they're, prenatal, when they're pregnant, and we can have maybe 1 or 2 WIC appointments. We operate on a 3-month cycle too. That's something else that's kind of important to mention. So after baby comes, mom and new baby come in, and then every 3 months we'll have some contact with that family.
Okay.
Or more frequently, if mom is worried about baby's weight gain or the provider is for some reason, they can come into WIC every month for a while if they want to.
Sure.
And postpartum, we also do outreach like I talked about before. So we will do referrals to our home visiting program, which is amazing. It's one of the few counties that offers home visits to all new families. Mm-hmm. We do outreach with children's dental services. If you need a car seat, disease prevention and control, you can go right next door. If you need an immunization from BRIA, child and teen checkups. I mean, it's really a nice central hub for families to come in, do that one-on-one nutrition counseling, talk about safe sleep, talk about if mom decides to formula feed, what's the best choice for their family.
Yeah.
So postpartum, that first appointment's a little bit of a doozy. It takes a little bit of time, but after that, once we get established in a pattern, they only have to come in once or twice a year, and everything else is done over the phone.
Yeah, it just seems like, there needs to be programs like this that help mm-hmm. and offer support and offer question answering, all of those different types of things, and I'm so glad that you guys are doing it. I learned from Aaron Mills that we have a car seat installation expert at Aiken County.
We do. We have a car seat technician, and that's Naomi Larson. Who knew? But
Yeah.
if you've ever purchased a car seat recently and tried to install it, you need a technician to do it.
That's right.
With all the different model cars and to make sure they're safe. Yeah. It's
that's
really nice
cool.
to have that. And another big advantage to working in a smaller county is you can see me at a WIC appointment, and if Naomi's in her office, you can go around the corner and talk to her, and you can get a lot done in one visit, which is really nice. And we really have refocused on what the participants want to talk about. When mom comes into the WIC office, you know, I may be all excited about talking about beans, and she doesn't want to talk about beans. She wants to talk about some other choosy eating maybe that's happening with her child.
Yeah.
We really encourage moms and dads to talk about what they find important or what's on their mind with their family, and not what we think it should be. Kind of back in the old days of medical approaches and health approaches to things, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's great conversation, great dialogue, and listening. We got that a lot from everyone that's come in from the HHS department. The listening to the people that are out there and their concerns and their needs. And again, I've heard a couple of times also, we'll go where you are, or we'll meet you at where you live, kind of thing. And I really compliment your whole team for that approach, because that doesn't happen everywhere.
No, it doesn't, and I'm glad that you get that feeling about our culture, and I think I've learned so much from our families too, and it's really great when mom says, oh, I was having this problem and here's what I did, and wow, can I share that with another mom? And that really opens a dialogue too, to ask permission. Do you want to know how maybe this parent weaned their child from the bottle, or do you want to hear about this other idea that a mom brought to WIC that, you know, we didn't think of? So
Sure.
Yeah, it's really a nice network of a family over there, but our WIC family too.
Some staff doing awesome work for all of our residents and
Yes.
citizens out there, and very appreciated. Anything else that comes to mind before I let
don't
you go for the
think
holiday?
so. Oh boy, don't I wish. So there's still some time for the holiday. You can bring some warm weather today. It was 16 below in McGregor today.
That is
so
crazy.
It's a little toasty, but no, just for families to, you know, if they ever are in doubt or wondering if WIC could be something that would help them, give us a call. And if they're not sure, we can mail out information or email or text. We do a lot of text communication, appointment reminders via text. So we're up to speed with technology. So it's not like the old days of
Yep.
paper and pencils. So I encourage families to call and just find out about the program. And if not them, they may know somebody else that could benefit from it.
Absolutely. There you go, listeners. There's your homework for today. If you're interested, have questions, need support, need help, reach out to the HHS department and the WIC department or WIC program.
Yep.
Making sure that we're taking care of the things that are very important to everyone in the community. So, Liz, thank you very much for coming in again. We'd love to have you on any subject that you want.
Oh boy, you probably don't want to say that and broadcast that, because I can talk. So
You are a repeat offender, so that is awesome. You're our first one.
I appreciate being able to reach out this way, though. It's really nice. I appreciate the invite.
Absolutely, anytime. Thank you very much, and you're listening to Coffee with the County.